All right, all right, all right. Another day, another beautiful day with you gorgeous people around the world. Doesn't matter where you're joining us from. Thank you for joining us. This is 18th day of the Consultants, now rebranded Consultants Without Borders show, where we come to serve our community for free, to help you on your own path of growth and on your own path of thriving in your life, with your business, with your family. Doesn't matter what it is, we are here for you. And this is day 18th, February 9th. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Doesn't matter where you are, it is a beautiful day. It is a blessing to just be alive one more day. Did you know that every night when humans go to sleep, the next morning, 200,000 humans who were otherwise just healthy and were planning on waking up the next day won't wake up the next day? So every day you wake up, it's a lottery that you won, another chance at this, another opportunity to make this beautiful life count and make your life the heaven that you want to experience it, with your wealth, with your finances, with your relationships, with your health. Anything you want to experience more of, we are here for that. In my head, I gotta shave this. It's getting yes. I'm gonna distract myself so I don't focus on my head right now. This is all about you guys. 1 hour that we dedicate out of our very, very busy schedule every day between 11 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we come to your house, to your office, to your space, wherever you are. Thank you for allowing us into your beautiful space so that we could hopefully serve you, so you can get to your own goals and dreams much quicker with as little as wastage of energy, of resource, which is time and money. Very important. That's what we want to focus on. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to bring to you another day, another event here. And these events are definitely are and have been helping so many of you. I feel like so many are still shy and not getting on the live calls, but it's a matter of time. I know it's not a problem. When the word gets around more, we're gonna have problems speaking to anybody live. So while you can, I suggest to you, if you wish, to send us a text message. We'll send you the link between the hours of 11 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you could come live so that we could talk about your career path, your path of growth, your business, and strategize with you how to actually shorten the gap, which is what's called the distance between where you are today and where you desire to find yourself within. So that ideal destination of where you want to be is what we are trying to shorten for you. And today we are gonna, without further ado, jump on some of the beautiful, amazing questions that you guys have been submitting to us. Again, I invite you, if you want to join live, do that. It's about $500 per hour US. That's how much people like us get paid to help you. And we are dedicating ourselves to come and give you as much value as possible. Trixie, what's going on from YouTube? We love our YouTube community, very active, and at least I see a lot of your comments here from our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for dropping by. Yes, we're going to be dropping a lot of Riz here, helping you get to your own dreams and goals faster, not selling you a single thing here. As a matter of fact, this is just pure love and community service for me, as my personal goal and passion and commitment to my tribe. We're going live on 6 different platforms, on 14 different outlets, and doesn't matter if you're the only one in the room watching this or there are hundreds of people with you watching this. This conversation is for you. This conversation is gonna hopefully act as a wake-up call, so you stop contemplating and you take the actions necessary to turn your plans into actual outcomes. The only difference between a dream and a goal is the action that fills in between the gap. Okay, so if you're not taking action, you're just daydreaming. And I want you to understand this. As much as I, for one, believe in the idea of manifesting and visualizing, because I studied the science behind the quantum physics of how actually we are able as human beings to put our attention, time, and focus on creating what we want to experience and rehearsing the emotions that we will be feeling right now, it is most important to actually take those actions in a direction of, we call it massive actions. When you do your daily journaling, when you do your vision board, when you do your daily session where you just close your eyes and you envision the outcome that you want to experience more and quicker of, the next important step, which fills the gap between having a dream and having an outcome, is literally the actions you're going to take the moment you open your eyes, the moment you take the pen off the paper. That action is paramount and it's critical. Now, what do we define? Because I've been saying massive action, massive action. What do we define as massive action in the world of business, in enterprises, and in entrepreneurship? Massive action means anything that you do, not to think, not to contemplate, not to go in your mind, not to argue about, not to go on your Facebook and Instagram or YouTube posts and start scrolling. That's not massive action. That's still introspection and research. Massive action, maybe in some contexts, could be actually doing the research work when it's actually planned, when you actually dedicate your intention of, I'm going to spend an hour trying to find a solution. For example, for me, where to go and sign up my business, register my business, register my LLC, register my corporation. But most importantly, it is the things that we do that move what's called the money needle. And what is the money needle? The money needle is a very important, paramount, complex, yet simple solution for anybody who wants to create change in their lives. What does the money needle mean? The money needle is, imagine your car, and you know how there is a needle, the gauge that shows you how much gasoline you have? Your life has a money needle. That's the needle that shows how much money you're earning. See, the thing is, we already discussed this, 20% of your energy and time and efforts produce 80% of your results. It doesn't matter in what domain you're talking about, whether it's in studies, relationships, health, money, success, anything you want to talk about, love. 20% of your efforts pay out 80% of your outcomes. That's called the Pareto rule. Okay, there was this mathematician, Italian mathematician, he actually started studying patterns in society, in science, everything, in business, and he found out that always 20% of your clients pay 80% of your bills. 20% of your energy is responsible for 80% of your outcome. 20% of your efforts create 80% of what you experience today. So what's interesting is now you're able to bring that 20-80 rule, which everybody knows of and have heard, and apply the 20-80 rule to the 20% one more time. When you do this, then you get 4% of your entire efforts that are responsible for 64% of your outcomes and results. This is mind-blowing. What I just shared with you is the biggest executive coaching and consulting hack that we bring to our clients that I just gifted to you on a silver platter after decades of studying and paying for this. 4% of your time, energy, and effort, my friend, produces 64% of the results in your life. What more do you want than what I just gave you? When you know that only 4% of your energy and effort is producing 64%, that makes your life so easy. All you gotta do is to now sit down and identify what those 4% are. Once we identify the 4%, and that 4% for everybody is very different. What it is for you is different than what it is for me. Because how I get to produce results, whether it's in money making, whether it's in my relationship with my loved ones, whether it's in my intimate relationship, is different than what it is for you. 4% of your efforts are responsible again and again for 64% of what you're experiencing every day. So identify those. Sit down, write your efforts that you put every day, the things you do every day in your relationship, at work, in your business, in your health. Write them. You will see that only 4%, they're the massive ones. They're the ones that are little, but you're getting the results from them. Now what you want to do is you want to double down. This is essentially the entire idea of executive breakthrough consulting. To go in, help people figure out, and you're going to do this for yourself, I just told you how, to help you figure out what are the things that you do every day that you've been doing in your past 12 months, in your past 3 years. What are the things? For example, let's put it this way. Example. I have a business owner client who we consult with. They're just like most other business owners, an operator, which means what? Which means they have been focusing their time, energy, and attention on the day-to-day operations of their business. Answering the phone calls, answering the emails. They have 3 employees beside them, and just trying to have one manage the inventories and have another one do the fulfillments, and then have one that's going to be doing the media and communications for them. Cool? No problem. Now check this out. Just like every other business operator, this person has been very occupied with things that keep them busy. And they think they're busy because anytime I ask them, what are you doing? Oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time to do anything else. As we keep on repeating, busy means broke. Busy does not mean constructive. So, we're gonna wait for the plane to pass. Busy means broke. Busy does not mean productive. So what do we do with them? We sat down and we realized that the business owner, better known as in the consultant world as the operator, has been mistakenly investing her time on things that she can easily delegate and offload onto whether it's virtual assistants or her current employees or artificial intelligence employees right now, which is where a lot of our focus is going. Instead of doing that, she's been putting her own time while everybody else is doing their thing to also engage herself with tasks that are not making her money, that are not bringing the business money. Whereas we know when we audited her time that anytime she started networking and connecting with other business owners locally, she ended up bringing in so much business, yet she's so busy with doing stupid things that she does not have the time to go and do the connections that are necessary for her business to produce the income that it requires to free her time up, to be able to hire more qualified staff who will help her even more, and to onboard systemizations, automations with artificial intelligence that will actually bring her business from a fancy job to an actual systemized enterprise, which now holds a reselling value. Does that make sense? Click it out if it makes sense. See, the thing is, if as a business operator, owner, whatever you want to call yourself, we call them operator. See, until you can sleep at nighttime and your business is making you money on a reoccurring basis, not that I'm gonna set up this thing and then it's gonna make me some money and then now I have to wake up, fulfill this, and then work again to get leads again, to get sales again. That's not good. Anytime you have to do that, you don't have a business, you just have a fancy job that you just like to brag to other people about and call it your business. Sorry to burst your bubble. I get paid to do this. This is my job. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to wake you up and give you the tools you need to empower you so that you take the actions necessary for you to experience what it is that you desire, not what I want. None of what I talk to you about is what I desire or want. I'm just sharing with you strategies, and I want you to again understand success, which is what every person on this planet is chasing, like a dog chasing its own tail, comes from 20% strategies, which are very important, because if you don't have the right strategies, you could take a lifetime and you're not going to achieve anything in your life. How many people do you know who are working really hard working, honest people that have 2 full-time jobs, yet they're still suffering and struggling? Are those people lazy? Are those people not doing the work? No, they are doing the work. They're just using the wrong strategies and wasting their energy, time, and effort, where instead of creating a money-making machine, a business that's going to create recurring revenue for them on a month-to-month basis, they're wasting their body, their time, and their energy to be able to make somebody else rich while keeping themselves poor. I want you to definitely get what I just said, because whether you own your own business or if you work for anybody else, if you're not creating consciously a money-making machine that works autonomously on its own to increase its own worth and value, then what you're doing is essentially you're making somebody else's dream come true. You're working for them, and you're just leaving yourself more vulnerable as you age, as you get weaker, and you become more poor. Because I want you to understand this. Even if you have $100,000 salary, which is what we call the 6-figure salary, everybody wants to go into the 6-figure if you have a job. What you're doing at best, if you get a 5 to 10% raise every year, you're still falling behind the cost of living, which means you're still becoming poorer. Here's this. If you live anywhere on this planet right now and you're breathing and you're watching this, hello, breathing human. I want to ask you a question. Between the years of 2000 until 2025, right now, your cost of living has gone up by at least 100%. True or false? Everything has gone up. Everything has gone up. Yet, has your income gone up by 100% in 5 years? So if 5 years ago you were making $100,000, today are you making 200K? If you are, then you're keeping up with inflation. If you're not, then you're becoming poorer despite the fact that you're working and you're earning a 6-figure salary. And everybody in metropolitan cities in North America, most of our clients, most of the people we speak with, everyone is feeling the burn. Everyone is feeling the grunt. Everybody's feeling the pressure on them because they're refusing to wake up and understand that unless your wage, unless your income is growing by a minimum of 15 to 20% every year, that means you're actually being poorer next year than you were last year. Please understand this. Now, for businesses, you must have minimum 20-30% growth year over year. If you're not experiencing 20-30% growth year over year, that just means you're not in the right industry doing the right strategies. So again, strategy, 20% of success. Can you do the right thing and not get the results? Yes. How is that possible? You don't have the right mindset. That's why the 80% of success is psychology. Psychology are the deep modalities, sub-modalities that are in our subconscious mind, which we pick up between the ages of inception of the embryo, which is the moment that actually, believe it or not, science now proves the sperm and the egg meet. Between that moment and the age of 7 years old, 60% of what we believe to be true about the world, about who we are, and about who we are not is already shaped. That, my friend, is what's called mindset. That is exactly what drives people to do things they do, and that also is what prevents you from doing things that you need to do. If it makes sense, I need you to click out. I need you to click it out, click it out, click it out, snap it out, snap it out. Get a little bit involved. So here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. With the right mindset, 80%, can you grow with having the wrong strategies? No. However, a person in the right mindset always either finds the way or paves the way. However, the person with the right strategy and the wrong mindset will always find excuses on why it's not possible. For me, because ... because ... because I don't have the education, because of my age, because of my sex, because of my background, because of my language, because of my culture, because of my family, because of my upbringing, because of my education, because of my friends, because of betrayal, anything. See, that's called the mindset. Mindset makes the difference between being able to create the life that you want on your own terms or consistently showing up as a victim and playing that card just because it's more convenient at the time, albeit a bigger payout that you have to do and go through when the time comes for you to have to actually just sit down and look at what you've done in your past. And that's why you're here today. That's why, by the way, I experienced depression personally, or the illusion of depression, for 4 years of my life, and it just peaked at the time that COVID was happening. And I want to share with you this because it's so critical for you to understand what I'm just about to say. Depression, which is a state of lower vibrational energy that doesn't motivate us to move. That's why what are the... Okay, let's talk about this because this hits home very closely, and I've been doing so much volunteering work with organizations such as Jimberim in Toronto that are focused on mental health and mental wellness. I want you to understand that... Bye, Candyman. Take care. I want you to understand that the illusion of depression, what is the... Okay, let me ask you this, and then I'll tell you why people feel depressed. This is going to change your life, and listen to this, because if you're listening to this, you will know 1 out of every 3 people in their lives will deal with the illusion of depression. Now, whether they get out of it effectively and resourcefully, or they just actually end up creating distractions such as drugs, alcohol, work, sex, anything else that distracts them, whether they go through the distraction and make the depression even more, or whether they resourcefully are able to pull themselves out, depends on what I'm about to just tell you. Hold on to this, because if you're not dealing with this, somebody you love is. Because remember, the numbers are very grim statistically. 1 in 3 people will experience this at one point in their life. So if this is not for you, listen for one of your loved ones that you can help. What do people who are experiencing a depressed state of energy and being experience? What do they usually look like? How do they hold their head? Is the chin up when they're walking and talking, or is the chin down? Are the shoulders up and back when they're talking, or are the shoulders down like this? Are they breathing shallow, or are they breathing deep? Are they energetic, jumping up and down and excited about life? Or are they just down and just they're saying, maybe tomorrow we'll try, maybe the day after? So what is it? of course, depressed states of energy depress how we respond, how we show up. So the breathing is shallow, the chin is down, the shoulders are down. That's why when you see somebody who is going through a depressed energetic state, you could just tell by looking at them. Mothers are amazing at this. My mom would hear me on the phone say hello, and she would already know if I was feeling down, depressed, energetically low. She didn't even need to see me. Women are very attuned to this because they're very intuitive with energy and with connecting to people's energetic state. Men, or the masculine energy rather, are not as attuned to this, because they're more focused on just solving the problem and getting a solution. Even if they see somebody who's down, instead of going deep and understanding their energy is not what they need to sustain themselves and sustain the momentum that's required to do the massive actions that will pay off for their dreams in the long run, they will just try to help you. Don't worry about it, bro. Let's go for a beer. Fuck it. That's how masculine talk. This is masculine energy trying to deal with depression. Come on, man. Just fucking man up. Punch you in the face, punch you here, wake you up. Yeah, let's go play some fucking ball. So that's what the masculine energy does. They want to distract and they want to focus on something else instead of going in, where the feminine energy is the side of us that goes in and actually pays attention to the pain, to the emotions. So, why is this important? Because the illusion of depression only occurs when our life that we are experiencing right now, which, if you remember any of the conversations we had in the days before, you could always go to day 17. We had a great conversation about this. The life that we're experiencing right now, which we call our personal reality, because what you experience is only your version of reality. It is not your twin's version of reality. It is not your partner's. It is not your mom, your dad's. You could be living in the same household as everybody else, yet you're going to experience completely a different life. And we go through all of this ourselves. You know this to be true. As teenagers growing up, how do you go through all these states, different experiences that, oh my God, I'm being suppressed, I'm being controlled, I'm living in hell, I'm not being allowed to express myself. All of these feelings were in reality, that's how while we were feeling it, our parents were just completely feeling like they're doing the parent thing and they're being loving, and this is how love is. To them, this was not hell. So while we were living in our own version of hell, which we call our personal reality, it's also called the subjective reality in psychology, they are living in their own subjective reality, their own personal reality. And here's the kicker. Our personal reality is created by our personality. So, here's where depression comes. Hear me out. The illusion of depression is basically occurring to us when we feel that our current personal reality, aka subjective reality, aka life, aka what I'm experiencing today, is so far from our blueprint of life, which is my desired state that I want to live. The further we feel we are today from where we need to be, the more we feel depressed in our energetic state. Does that make any sense? If it makes sense, I want you to snap it out, because I want you to also move that body a little bit. So now, why is that important? Because depression is only an illusion. See, the thing is, the blueprint of the life that we created in our own subconscious mind so many of times is not even our choosing, just the same way that I told you, between the ages of conception and the ages of 7 years old, we did not choose for a moment what we want to believe to be true, what we want to believe to represent every word. For example, if I'm learning English, I did not have a choice growing up whether I called the tree a tree or I call it something else. I was fed that word. The word has a meaning. So the words that are positive have meanings. The words that have are negative have meanings. And that's why, by the way, there's so many psychological and sociological studies today that show the effects of the name we are given and how it shapes our lives. The names we are given literally give us the experience as a part of our identity. Why? Because remember, the name is what we choose to represent ourselves with every day, every minute, every hour, not only to everybody else, but also to ourselves as our core identity. And the most profound desire within any human consciousness psychology is the desire to stay consistent with the core belief systems. We will fight other people. We see this. Religious fights that have been happening around the world for thousands of years. We will fight with other people when we want to protect our beliefs. This is nuts. So for me to tell you that my belief is right and you're wrong, there are still people today on this planet that are killing each other in the name of a belief. That's how I want you to understand how powerful our desire as beings to stick ourselves as an identity to our core foundational and fundamental beliefs is. I really want you to focus on this. Because whenever in your life you feel like you're stuck, it is only for this reason. You feel you're stuck because you feel in your heart, or at least in your mind, let me do that correction, not in your heart, in your mind. Because anytime you go in your heart will give you the right answer. You feel in your mind through your analytical question and answering and just going back and forth with yourself. You feel anytime you feel stuck and you feel depressed, you think that your life today is so far from where it needs to be. So now here's the truth. How do you get out of that? And by the way, the more you focus on it, that's why people go literally crazy, because they sit down and they're going in a state of contemplation, basically internalizing all of these voices. I'm telling you, I lived through this. It's hell. I don't want even my worst enemies to experience this, and I don't have any enemies. I choose not to have any. But I'm telling you, I don't want anybody to experience a state of shame, a state of sorrow, a state of prolonged suffering that is self-inflicted. All of these are self-inflicted states. How do all of these connect with our business, with our wealth? Well, when you're not allowing yourself to see the possibility that maybe your blueprint is all fucked up, or maybe what you're focusing on right now that you're experiencing is focusing on what you don't have versus what you do have, then you're not even starting your strategizing your strategy. You're not even starting on the right foot. So how are you going to be able to even just gauge where you are? You're not going to be able to do that, my friend. So why is this conversation so important? Anytime, anywhere, you feel like you are feeling yourself out of control, that's when we feel frustrated. And here's the thing, control is a very elusive word. What does even control mean? What can you control? Everybody wants to control everything around them. I want to control my income. I want to control my family. I want to control my wife. I want to control my kids. I want to control my company. I want to control my clients, the decisions they make. I want to control my co-workers so they don't actually attack me. See, the thing is, can you realistically control any of the things that I just said? If you are an intelligent human being, you may want to, See, the desire is one thing, and I will question why you would even want to control anybody other than yourself. But the truth of it is, you cannot even control your own mind, let alone somebody else. What makes you think you're even able to control other people when you cannot even control this state of emotion that you're going through? We talked about this yesterday. When we feel like we're exhausted, when we feel like we're frustrated, when we feel like we're exacerbated, when we feel like we're betrayed, when we feel like we're not having enough, it's all because the hormones inside our body that are making all those suffering states of undesired feelings and emotions, nobody came and injected us with the hormones that, create those crap feelings, the clenching of the stomach, the churning of the fire that goes inside your gut when you feel like you're fearing things. Nobody's doing that to you. Nobody is doing that. You're doing that to yourself. True. Absolute truth. Think about it for a second. It's just me and you. You don't have to admit this to anybody else. When you're happy, you're also doing it to yourself. As a matter of fact, what I want you to do right now, just try this. Just try this. Close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. I'm not getting you to do anything crazy, just a breath. Breathe in, good, and breathe out. Just take one more breath. We're gonna do 3 of these. And when you're taking a deep breath, make sure your stomach is also filled. Don't suck your stomach in. Your stomach has to fill up first and then your chest. So most people, when they do this, they get lightheaded. And the reason you get lightheaded is because your brain has not gotten this much oxygen in the longest time, because you haven't been breathing properly, because your lungs have been collapsed the whole time with having shallow breaths, okay? So I want you to just do, if you're not driving, by the way, don't do this absolutely when you're driving. You could always go back to this if you're driving later. But I want you to, so again, if you're driving, don't go along with this. But I want you to please keep your eyes closed. Take one more breath. Let's do one more. Fill in the stomach first, then your chest. And just sigh out as you exhale. What I want you to do is to now think about a time in your life, think about it, when you felt so happy, so excited, so in love, so in joy, that you couldn't even contain yourself. Think about that time. And now I want you to feel that time. Don't just think about it, because the moment you think about it, you start feeling it in your heart and it starts bringing back those beautiful memories. I want you to now feel it as if you're there. So hear what you were hearing and see what you were seeing, and the air on your skin, the smell you were smelling. If somebody is holding your hands, or if somebody's hugging, embracing you, feel it on your body. And just take more breaths now regularly, and just feel it even more and intensify it even more. And I want you to see how real this is. This is your memories. I didn't take you to a weird woo-woo space. I'm asking you to simply tap into the good parts of your life. And you see how your heart is just feeling more light. You will maybe actually even realize a natural smile that shows up on your face. Think about your time that now you were completely in love, or you felt love. You felt loved, or you were absolutely loving on someone or something. See that moment? And I want you to see how the feelings are being created inside your body with a snap of your attention and focus going on specific things. Your body is responding to you in real time. Enjoy the moment, and whenever you're ready, you could start opening your eyes again. Good. Very good. Thank you. See, what you just did my friend, is you just created the best emotional feelings of love, excitement, and joy yourself. That event that you just went back to did not come back to you. You went back to it through your attention and focus. And the moment your brain puts its attention and focus on something specific, your body has to now match the thoughts with feelings that equal the vibrational frequency. So when you focus with your mind on anything that is beautiful, that's loving, that's exciting, that's powerful, your body has no choice to now create the hormones that will actually give you the sensation of pleasure that you're experiencing, and you call love, or you call excitement, or happiness, or being fulfilled, content, gratitude, anything you want to call it. Same thing happens when you start focusing on what is undesired to you. Now, we do this through neurolinguistic programming, NLP, with our clients to help them remove deep blockages, deep anchors that we call, that are sitting there from decades ago sometimes and are no longer serving them. This is how we get them to go through the process. There is a process. There are many NLP practitioners around the world who can help you with this. You could even go on YouTube and find guidance on this and do it yourself. But I want you to know one thing, and one thing, if you're going to take one thing from this conversation: your energetical state is 100%, your feelings are your creation, not other people's creation. Other people are not responsible for how you feel. You're responsible for how you feel. By the way, this is so empowering. Don't go anywhere. Why? Because it also means you're not responsible for how other people feel. How many times, truth, whether it's at work or in your personal relationship, you've said something with the best intention in your heart. You said something because you love this person. You said something because you care so much about them. How many times you said that and they took offense of it? You know this to be the truth. You didn't have any ill intention, yet you triggered a sensation within them that throws them into this, what we call the crazy 8 loop, or a vicious loop from hell, where they now feel what you just said triggered or turn on a part of their being that they are not comfortable with themselves. It doesn't matter what your intention was. It doesn't matter whether you did it out of love or not. To them, this is now bringing that bad memories that they were trying to avoid, that they were brushing under the rug for decades. And now you, my friend, are the one that will take the grunt of this. You're the one that will take the shit. Oh, you made me upset. Oh, you just crossed my boundaries. Oh, you just this and that and that. What I'm talking to you about can bring you the most profound breakthrough in your life if you just follow what I'm telling you. Please understand, what I'm telling you is the culmination of thousands of years of human wisdom passed down to one another. Science, psychology, quantum physics, decades of my personal experience of going through pain, suffering, tear, and blood, and paying so much money to learn these. I'm just literally showering you with everything I have. I hope you understand this. It is empowering to know that other people do not control your emotional state. Because by knowing that, now you know that you control your own state. And once you know that, then you understand that you do not control other people's emotional being. Now here's the thing. Can I go and start being bitter and start being nasty to other people and say, well, I'm not responsible for how you're feeling? The thing is, any moment you go bitter and any moment you get nasty, you have lost your own emotional control, and you have now become like a part of your autonomic nervous system. We call it ANS, autonomic nervous system. We all have this within us. It's actually literally a part of our reptilian brain, which is being evolved for billions of years. is the survival mechanism. So when we feel or think that my life is in danger for any reason, now your life, by the way, today can be in danger if somebody body checks you and or hits your body and your coffee drops on the floor. You will feel like my life is in danger. You go angry. In that instant, so many reactions inside your body have been triggered that now you become nobody that you want to be or other people will desire to be around. You just lost control, which again brings us to the conversation of leadership that we had yesterday. Yesterday's conversation ties so well into today's conversation. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, give it a watch. True leaders are not the ones that lead other people. True leaders are able to lead themselves emotionally, be always in control. When you're in control, then other people will look up to you, because in business, in life, understand what I'm just about to share with you, the person with the most amount of certainty and control, we call that confidence, is always able to influence others. So when there is a gathering of thoughts and minds, when you want to go out to dinner, when you want to speak about business, when you want to have a conversation with anybody, the ones who are most present, the ones who are most confident and in control of their emotional state are the ones that come through as true leaders. And that's why we see, even like in presidential debates, when a candidate at primary level, they get really angry and worked up, they don't actually win. They lose the respect of the voters. This is a natural understanding of humans. That's why we see like the elders, the tribal elders. Have you seen the tribal elders? If you haven't seen them in real life and you haven't had that blessing, you could watch them on YouTube. You could watch documentaries. The elders of the tribe are always so calm. So calm. Not because they don't give a shit. So many times they have to deal with wars, they have to deal with disputes, they have to deal with angry people. They're calm. Because with calm, it means you are able to control you rather than giving that power to somebody else to, like a keyboard, hit the buttons and trigger different emotional states within you. I'm just letting you know that keyboard that you easily pass on to everybody, and you're like, here, you can make me angry if you want. Or here, you could make me loved if you want. Here, you can make me feel like I am such a loving person by pressing this button. Please press here, please press here. You have that keyboard. You're just choosing to give it up to other people. And the worst part of it is, we do this at a subconscious level. So take back control of your life. Take the power of yourself and of your emotional state in your own hand. Bring the ball into your court. Do not pass the ball into other people's courts. This comes from the weak victim culture that we have been taught. See, learned helplessness and victim mentality go hand in hand. I am a victim of what you said to me is a very disempowering state that puts me in a learned helplessness state of mind. This is exactly how we get exploited as humans. Because when you're not able to control your own emotional state, others will do it for you gladly. Gladly. We get paid as marketing consultants to exploit that lack of control, so that companies can actually monetize your lack of ability to control your emotional state. I want you to understand that. Now, I call myself a white hat consultant, so I never indulge in how to actually exploit humanity for things that does not serve and empower the person right in front of me. Many times I have actually rejected crazy offers because I felt like what I'm about to help this person with is not going to serve the end receiver. So I take pride in that. I'm not saying I'm not Jesus. I'm not pretending like I'm all holy and shit. No, I'm just telling you that's not how I work. So I'm just telling you, as somebody who has been in the industry, that your lack of ability to control your emotional state 100% means you're manipulated on a day-to-day basis by any company that is now getting, by the way, I don't know if you've ever watched this, just go watch on Netflix. There is this documentary, it's called Social Engineering, okay? This is from executives of Google, Meta, back then used to be Facebook, Twitter, that tell you how they have departments of psychologists and experts that sit down. They're getting paid $200,000 to just sit down every day and figure out how to better manipulate your state. That's the thing. You don't know how to manage your state? Somebody else is going to be more than happy to do it for you. Do you know how to manage your state? Perfect. Now you get to be a productive and contributing member of society, and respect, financial wealth, abundance, and praise will come to you naturally. See, you cannot fake it until you make it to get the respect, because the real people who can manage their own emotional balance, not yours, mine, I'm not responsible for how you feel. The real people who can manage how they feel can very easily recognize when somebody's faking it. It's so just smells smells from a mile away. You don't even need to speak for that to appear. So my invitation to you, if I may, is to become more aware of your emotional turbulence internally. Every time you feel bad, every time you feel hurt, understand that even if somebody left you in a relationship, it doesn't mean they are the asshole. It means that the reason I'm upset is because a part of me within me is feeling not loved and betrayed, and that's because I myself am not loving and betraying myself. I don't know how to tell you this, because this will change your life. This will change your quality of life with your loved ones, with your employees, with your co-workers. Imagine how powerful you can be. See, everybody wants to become Superman, but or superhuman. But we are not understanding that it's not necessary for us to become superhumans. It's just enough to understand that being human is just super. It's super to be a human. It's so empowering. Don't give the key and the keyboards to other people to just go like ding, 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 and just control your emotional state. One day make you happy, one day make you upset, one day make you angry, one day make you fall in love, one day make you hate them. What are you? A puppet? Why are you letting other people pull the strings on which hormones within your body are actually working out? There are 12 chemical biomarkers, 1,200, not 12, 1,200 chemical biomarkers in our body that create the difference between excitement, bliss, happiness, joy, love, and all the other fear states. Nobody injects those chemicals into your body. You're the one who's controlling that. So, I really, really hope that you're taking away value from this and start leading your own energetic emotional state. That's number one. You should lead your own energetic emotional state. Number two, since we already spent 53 minutes and we're almost at the top of the 1 hour every day between 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. that we show up here as Consultants Without Borders, trying to give back the same way Doctors Without Borders go and heal people. We are trying to heal your soul. We are trying to heal your wallet and make it more rich. We're trying to give you everything we have learned, and I will bring other guests on this show so they could also give you their expertise as well. But I want you to understand this. Every day, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are here just for you and for you, so that you can get more value out of this. And don't just be a passive participant, or don't just be a passive observer. I want you to be an active participant, because that's how you get the most amount of value out of life. You don't get value out of life by playing it small. You get value out of life by engaging, by playing out fully. So play full out. That's what I invite you to do. Not for me, I'm not selling you a single thing. I'm just selling you your own dreams that are just so close to you, yet a lot of the times we feel like they're so far. That illusion is just a separation. Not true, not real. There are strategies, there are mindset shifts that we could create to actually be able to effectively shorten our time, energy, and wastage of resources to be able to experience what we want. That's what we specialize in. That's what we get paid for, to do this for everybody else as executive breakthrough consultants globally. And that's why we're doing this show for you. Okay? So I love you. Thank you so much. Today we didn't get to actually discuss any business matters, but as we go along with these, if you want to ask about your particular needs, you can always jump on the call live. That's why we put this phone number here. I'm not trying to collect your phone number to marry you or sell it to the highest bidder in China to hack your account. I'm literally here to send you the link so you could get into this video and we could do the real conversation together, so I could see how we could best get you to wherever you want to get to quickest and close that gap for you effectively. This is today's conversation. Love you so much. Be well. Just keep on loving yourself. That's all I ask you to do. Love yourself, respect yourself. Don't give up your energy and your control of your emotional state and feelings to anybody other than yourself. Be the leader of your own emotional state, and you will see how life will start turning just magically to your favor, like rapid fire. All right, go ahead, snap it out, click it out, and just move a little bit. I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. See you tomorrow, Monday, on day 19th, which is going to be 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you, and please do me a favor. I'm not asking for anything. Like the video if you got any value out of it, and send this to somebody that you think may be able to use it. You love somebody who owns their own business, send this to them. People, especially small business owners, which is the reason I'm doing this community service, because of my love. I started with it, my parents did it, everybody, we grew up in it. It's my intention to give back to them, and they don't have the money to hire this kind of consulting, so we are doing it for you for free. Please let them know. If you love somebody around you who owns their own business, let them know. We are here for them. We are here to give you so much value. Love you, love you, love you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bliss out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, by the way.